Hello and welcome to the 3D Dice development stream. Today, I will be going over for you a lot of the new features that we have released in the 0.7.0 update of 3D Dice, which we released this week, as well as a new plugin that we have added to the Chrome Web Store. We had a browser plugin, and now we support an additional VTT, and I will be showing you that. And then after all of that, I will be working on making a first anniversary dice set. So we're just a little past the first anniversary of 3D Dice. Our project was launched in October of last year. We officially, I believe, had our first release live into production around then. And it's been a really exciting year for us. Hey, Goblin Tuesday, you're here. Thanks for coming. Glad to see you. So first, let's jump into the Roll20 plugin. If you've been on the stream before, seen us on social media, we released a D&D Beyond plugin a couple weeks ago. And now we also have a Roll20 plugin. So if you can see here on our website, we're advertising it right now. You can roll your dice on desktop, on mobile, and Roll20. We'll click on this. It's going to take you to the Chrome Web Store. We only have an official plugin for Chrome right now. It's the most popular browser, so please don't blame us. But if you use other browsers like Brave or Edge, those browsers do support installing extensions from the Chrome Web Store, even though they're not officially for those browsers. I've personally tested it in those, so it should work. Firefox, unfortunately, will have to wait. They are on an older technology, and we're waiting for them to update. So if you haven't installed it before, your button here will say add to Chrome. Mine says remove to Chrome because I already have the plugin installed. And you can then come over into Roll20 or yeah, it would be perfect. You should try it out. Goblin Tuesday, your stream is amazing. And then, so you're not going to be able to see this because my OBS skills aren't the best, but when you add a Chrome plugin, you get a little icon in your toolbar. You can click on that. It shows you a little pop-up where you can input your API key. And after you do that, you'll be logged into your account. You'll see a list of your rooms. You'll be able to type in and choose a theme. We've got a nice new drop-down box, which you're not going to be able to see, but that's been much improved over what we had before, and that's also going to carry over to the D&D Beyond plugin. And here I have my pretend Call of Cthulhu game, and we can open up my character sheet. Mr. Edward, are you going to see that? No. Ooh, okay. Again, my yeah, my OBS foo is very bad. So earlier this wasn't popping out into a little pop-out window, my character sheet. I know I've seen it not pop out. If anyone from Goblin Tuesday knows what to do, how to keep it from popping out so I can show everyone the coolness, or you might just have to trust me on this one. Character pop-out windows. I found it. Okay. So character, you will not pop out. Maybe I have to refresh after doing that. Let's try that. Refresh. Settings. Character pop-out. Okay. Now let's try. There we go. It didn't pop out, so now we can all see it. And if you click on any of your abilities or any of your statistics that would normally roll in the chat, our 3D Dice plugin will pick it up and roll for you. So I'm going to roll my Constitution. You see a little 3D Dice icon as it does this thing, and bam! Here come my dice. And just like all of the other 3D dice, integrations. When you roll here, you will see it show up in your 3D Dice room on 3ddice.com, or you can even see this on your D&D Beyond character sheet. So why don't we show that? So we're going to go here, and here's my character, Sashnesh the Sweet. And here's my plugin. I'm going to roll my die. There it goes. It was a 5. Come back over here. You got my D20 and you got a 5. And this also works if you click on the normal, like, random rolls here, or you type it into the chat. Roll 66. There we go. And there it is. And that will also show up over here on my D&D Beyond character sheet. Everything goes through the 3D Dice room and comes out the other side, and it's as if by magic. So I hope you all really enjoy this. We have also some more features added to our 3D Dice room. So I'm going to click Roll Dice here, bring you to my room, and we have a nice new settings menu that's got a bunch of new settings. Adding a background we've had for a while. Your share link, this has always been a thing, but the interface for this was difficult to manage and it was on a different screen. So here you can change the sharing, whether anyone can join, or you can have to require a passcode to join, and you type in your passcode. You can directly kick any of the players who've joined your room from this menu, as well as changing some of the options for the chat. So I've got show chat on, but there's no chat messages right now. So let's roll some dice to get some chat messages up on the screen. So we got that. We got a D6. Let's just do some proving here. We'll roll from my character sheet here. We'll roll from this character sheet with advantage. We'll go back to the room. So now you can see a couple of rolls here in the chat. We've given a whole visual overhaul to the chat. I think it looks much nicer. Nullfish did an amazing job. And he also added a lot of features to control how the chat looks. So show chat, turn chat on and off. We've had that one for a while. Whether or not to show the usernames, expanding the role values. You can see it's kind of small there. So let's skip down. Text size. We got small, medium, and large. Large. And now we can really see it. Auto fade role messages. We can turn that on and off. You can see either it stays up or it will hide things underneath it. Expanding the roll values will show you the actual value rolled on each die. You turn that off, it will show you only the dice that were rolled. You can change the color of the chat. You want red. I like purple. And change the text. We're going to make that yellow. That's not a very bright yellow. And you can also sort the roll values. So this feature is intended for games which require dice pools, like Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf. So like if I'm rolling 5d10s and I got to see all of the dice that are over 5, I forget what the target number is. It's easier if they're sorted. So we can easily see quickly here that we've got 3 dice that are 5 or better on a d10. However, for Dungeons and Dragons, this is generally not what you want, because you roll a d20 plus 3. In this case, plus 3, 8, 9 for the advantage roll doesn't really make sense. So you for Dungeons and Dragons and for Call of Cthulhu, where you're rolling mostly D100s, you probably want sort roll values off. And then these are features we always had when you pick up the dice, either before the next roll or only when you click, and how long to wait before the dice auto clear. We've also added a new option for streaming mode. Before, you had a streaming mode, and when you opened it, you would see the rolls. So I'm going to go to an off-screen window here, and I'm going to roll some dice off from the off-screen window into the streaming mode to show you what that looks like. So here we go. We'll roll a d20, and did it show up over there? It's not. Oh, there we go. OBS foo is bad. So anyway, streaming mode allows you to, you can import this into OBS. OBS automatically takes the background out, and it rolls like nicely across the top of your stream. So let's see if I turn that on here. Hopefully that will work. And then we'll roll a die. No. Okay. We've also added another feature for streaming mode where if you want to add the chat to your stream, so you want to have that overlaid on top of your whatever background, hopefully not over your beautiful faces, because you know, we like to see your faces. We have a streaming mode that's chat only. So we'll hopefully make a nice example here. So here's the streaming mode chat. I'll roll some dice. We'll roll them from here. We'll roll one from here. You can see in the streaming mode, my chat shows up. So what we can do, you can't see this, but I can copy and paste the link that's generated from clicking on that streaming mode button and actually add that as a source into OBS as a browser source. So we're going to do that right now. We'll click on browser, call this streaming mode chat. We're going to put that in. Okay. I said, yep, streaming mode is enabled. You can see that. So we'll just like put it over there. And now we'll close that. Come back here and roll a die. And this, it pops up on top of our chat. So now we got chat to use. So we'll put it over here. We'll go like this. Move it to the side. Perfect. And now let's get a roll overlay up. So click on Stream Room. It's going to generate you a link. You copy that link in OBS or Streamlabs or whatever you use, like the browser source. We'll call this overlay. Okay. Put that there. All right. Streaming mode is enabled. Learn more at OBS Studio. And then we'll move this over a little bit. And now we'll go back to our, let's go to Sash Nesh to Suite. We're going to roll us a charisma check. Bam. You can see it on my character sheet. You can see it as an overlay on the stream. You can see it in the chat overlay as well. And just for fun, we're gonna roll Burning Hands. That's my favorite. It's beautiful. And one thing to keep in mind is when you generate the link for the stream chat, it encodes all of the choices that you've made for the chat colors and the chat options, and it encodes that into the URL. This is our way of being able to import your settings very quickly from your browser in your room into OBS. So I'll show you an example of that. Okay. So let's start with, we're going to show the chat. let's just change the colors. We're gonna make this one, I don't know, black, dark blue. That looks nice. And the color here, we'll make that to be like an offish white. Okay, and now when we generate stream chat, make us a new link. Hopefully I won't overwhelm my computer with all this streaming mode overlays. Let's build a couple. And then you can add a second one. Browser. And call this chat 2. Okay. And we'll put this on the other side. And now you see we'll have 2 different chats with 2 different colors. So let's roll us a d20. Yeah, so we got the pink or purplish, and then we got the blue. So you can, you can configure that and use it on your streams and have a lot of fun. And, if you do use it on your stream, we'd love to hear about it. Post about yourselves on our Discord. We should have a link in my, in our Twitch profile. And we'd love to stop by and see how you're using it. And I just want to repeat this. We love feedback. We've got so many great people in our community, like the people at Goblin Tuesday. They've been using our streaming tools, and they've been giving us feedback, and we've been adapting. And we love you as a community, and we want to build the features that people use. That's why I like to build software. I want to make people's days just a little bit brighter with the software that I make, and it really helps when people tell us what they want and what's working and what's not working. So those are the major features we've released this week. We've also done some updates for our SDK. And anyone who wants to use our dice in their app, we have an SDK for you to use. And it's really easy to integrate. That's the tooling that I've used to build the browser plugin, as well as our Foundry module, and it's been pretty wonderful. And this week we released version 0.7 of that as well. And in that we've added, the big feature there is we've added TypeScript types so that you can, if you like TypeScript, like I like TypeScript, you can use those, and it really helps guide and self-document what's going on. And we also have some documentation pages, and where you can read about how to use them. Ruthless Cabal, thank you for stopping by. And thanks for coming. So we have at the bottom here, you can see we have an API and SDK documentation, and we've got a few blog articles that we've written about how to use them. This one, how to create your own 3D dice themes. If you do want to create 3D dice themes, that's a good place to start. It's just about how to use the API. But in our SDK here, so here we've added some role events, and you can use all of these typings now within your TypeScript project. And we've got a couple of people who have stopped by the Discord to tell us that they've been working on things, and we're really excited. And maybe in a future stream, we will, still have the chat overlays. In a future stream, we will showcase some of the other apps that were made using our SDK. So thanks so much. You've been using for the Star Wars game. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's such a pleasure watching people use our tooling. Thank you so much, Green Dragon Koi. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to move on to working on the first anniversary dice. So for these dice, what I'm thinking about doing is I want to make some dice that are kind of hollowed out in the middle and the face. So let's just like bring these dice up. These dice are made off of one of my themes. It's called Old School. That's supposed to look like the old school dice that I had when I first started playing Dungeons and Dragons, which had like these stamped in, circular numbers. I built this by using bump map techniques to make the numbers look like they were stamped in. For this die, I want to try to do the opposite. I want to have raised numbers, a hollowed out section around them, and then raised edges on all of them with some. Hopefully, I'll try to get some texturing in the in between area. And I also want to have the 3D dice logo as one of the faces of the die. Maybe it will be on the 20 of the D20, or maybe it will be on the I don't know, on the one. I'll have to think about that for a little bit. So let's go to my account and show you some other 3D dice that I've made. There's this set. This is where I just put the 3D dice logo on the one of all the dice. It's a little boring, but this is going to be the next level of evolution for this. So let's clean up some of my resources, and we're going to start here in my my code editor. So over here, this is me making dice for the Fantasy Flight Star Wars. So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it directory. Call it can't call. I'm bad at spelling. So let's see. You can't see me spelling it wrong. I'll change that later when we know how to spell it. Okay, new file. We need a manifest. Okay. It's going to be whoa, I spelled anniversary correctly for the first time today. Did I spell it correctly here too? Rename, just make sure, paste. I did. Oh my, like I think that's my greatest accomplishment for the day. Spelling anniversary correctly on the first try. So let's bring up the old school dice because we're going to try to do the inverse of that. So here is our manifest for old school. Just run through some of the things here. We got the die ID, version number, which, we start at 1.0.0. It's like a software version number. API version, right now we only have 1.0, so it's got to be 1.0. Name, description, author, like we really don't use. Label, color, background color. So let's just steal this whole top here. Okay, first anniversary, version 00 RC1. API version 1.0, name is going to be first anniversary. And then description. Dice anniversary. Let's do it. Spelled it. Okay, so we're going to need to write custom shaders for this die that will be in spirit. Well, do we? Maybe we don't need a custom shader. So the shader that I wrote for old school does some tricky things because let's demonstrate. Because in order for the hidden dice rolls to work correctly, we have to fade in the bump map. For those of you who might not be well versed in 3D graphics programming, bump maps are a technique used to give texture to a die. Or not, well, I'm using it for a die to give texture to a surface without making a 3D model have those contours by simulating it with the lighting model. So it will look different and look bumped in, not because the actual mesh of the object has those bumps, but because during the coloring process or the shading process, we give it a slightly different color in those areas to make it look like there is some rise and fall. So we'll roll this die so you can see that a little bit, right? So here we have, you can see the little bumped in indentations. And if we roll that hidden, use the hidden roll feature, the die is completely blank. And then when we click on unhide, you can see it slowly kind of getting stamped in there. And I accomplished that through having multi-layers of texture maps that get faded in during that animation. So we're going to have to take advantage of that. And I think we might have to change this later, but I think that we can start off using that same shader and only just flip the colors of the texture map. So instead of having well, I'll show you. Instead of having the white numbers, we'll have black numbers, so then it will look inverted. So let's just start off there. That's the easiest way to do it. So going back to the code editor, we don't need the frag and the vert shader. Instead, we're going to extend old school. So if we extend another die theme, that's what that accomplishes is that it will take all of the features of the previous die theme and anything that's redefined within our current theme will be overlaid and overwritten on top of it. There are a couple of wrinkles in some areas, like you'll see we'll define a list of textures. The list of textures defined in the child will completely override those defined in the parent. We'll also have a section called uniforms. Uniforms will get merged together with the uniform of the parent. So if the parent has uniform A and we define uniforms B and C, the final result will have uniforms A, B, and C. Not so for the textures. So let's go back to the old school. Actually, let's just do a side by side. Got old school here, not what I wanted. Got old school here, got us here. We'll get this out of the way. And okay, so textures. Okay, we'll use the same textures for now. And we'll reuse the same uniforms, so that's good enough. So we'll take bump, number, copy, paste here, okay, add, okay, and now we're going to go into GIMP, and we are going to work on the textures. So we'll start with the bump map. Okay. So as I mentioned here, the numbers are black. The black sections represent those that are indented. Everything else is white. The white sections represent those things that are raised up. And so how we get that stamped in effect. In order to do this, to flip it, we're going to do a you can't see my drop downs, which is kind of annoying. You have to trust me. We're going to be using a linear invert. Colors, linear invert, flips it. So now just the colors are linear inverted. And we're going to overwrite that. Okay. And that should be good enough for us to upload this for the first time and see how it works. So I got some bash script here that will upload my die. Okay, and I think we've, let's just double check. Do we got a complete manifest? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I tried to upload that to the dev server. -P for prod. There we go. Okay, so now we should be able to see this in my dice box. So my account, digital dice box, the bottom here. I do not see it. Oh, I might have uploaded it for realsies by accident. That's probably what happened. Okay, so let's save everyone from my ineptitude. We're gonna create a new API key. Okay, I'm gonna hide this for a moment because I'm gonna have to type in my API key. Okay. Okay, we will unhide. And we will do this again. Oh, let's see. Okay. So now this should be in my dice box. There it is, generating preview. Okay, let's open it up in the editor and see how we did. Okay, that does not look like what we were expecting. Okay, bump. Oh, what did I do? That still looks indented in. Something is not adding up here. Numbers? Bump map? Let's try something. We're gonna take the uniforms. We're gonna make, whoop. Okay, and we're gonna set this min max. We're gonna set the min. That's a -3, back 3, value 1. This will build us a slider over here that we can then use to see what this looks like better. see what happens. Okay, that looks like it's bumping up now. Let's try this number. The fuse will make it dark. The number will make it like white. Mm. Okay. So it's exactly working out how I expected. Okay, well, I mean, giving it a negative bump scale does make it seem to be bumping out, but I don't know why that's working that way. Okay, well, let's continue. We are going to go back to the GIMP. And get this linear invert. Overwrite. And then we're gonna upload it again. Yeah, that's so strange. Colors. Your blue. Numbers white. Interesting. Okay, so let's keep going. What we are also gonna want to do, well, yeah, we got to do like some complicated bump mapping here. We are going to make the outline, the bump outline. We're gonna steal a bump map, not a bump map. We're gonna steal from the tune shaded die. It's got a map that outlines each one of the faces. So we'll find that one tune. We're going to steal its outline map. Copy. Paste. Okay. Add. And then we'll go to its manifest. And we're going to take its outline map. And let's see. From the deep. From the deep, have a bump map? I think they do. We gotta, let's tune. From the deep, here we go. We've got number map, metalness map, face map, and a bump map. Okay. I think the bump map here. See what these bump maps look like. Oh yeah, these were face-based bump maps. So let's try. We're gonna do some mumboing and jumboing. Okay, so we're gonna have to edit these in GIMP. Let's go with GIMP. That's not GIMP. There we go. Okay, open. Bump number outlined. Okay, so we're gonna take this outline. And so we want that white bit to be the white bit, the part that's popping up. And then the other bit we want to be the black bit. So we're going to fill that bucket fill. That does not look exactly black. We want this to be all the way black. Okay, and then we're going to do a Gaussian blur. Okay, that looks good to give it a kind of soft falling effect. And actually, undo the blur, we should black that in as well. We're gonna go filters, blur, Gaussian blur again. Okay. And then we're gonna save this. All right. Okay. We are gonna have to do, okay, so let's try something else. We're going to change our die. Instead of extending old school, we're going to extend that's going to be okay, and we're going to have to do available dice. The reason we're going to do available dice here is that the from the deep set has a different set of dice. It's not the normal ones. And so if we inherit that, it's going to be, we're not going to have a D20 because those were built for Call of Cthulhu, which uses D3s, no D20s, no D12s. So D4, we need a D6, a D8, a D10, D10, D10X, that's what we call the second part of a D100, D12, and D20. So here we go, looking good. And let's try up, and we're good. No, we should be good. Bumps, outline, no, we're gonna change. We're gonna use the outline maps, the bump map. Now this might mess up some of the dice, but the D20 and the D4 should show something interesting as we mess around here. Uploaded, and let's see. That is interesting. Not exactly what I was expecting. That looks super weird. So I have no idea what I even did. Number map, numbers. That's from the deep. Okay. Number map, numbers, metalness map, not using, face map, outline map, bump map, bump map. My bump maps seem to be very strangely being applied. Well, let's see what happens on the D4. Nope, still. And that number map is super weird. Hmm, no idea what's going on here. Why is that green? Line map. D6. D4. D20. So weird. Okay. It's give up time. We're just gonna grab the shaders and be done with it. Okay. Here we go. We got shaders. No more cutting corners. Okay. See how this looks. Interesting. Move the dependency. Although that doesn't look like the right bump maps there. Okay. Ha! Looking better. Now we got that phase effect that we wanted. I just don't know why the numbers are being crazy like that. Okay, what does the number map look like from the deep number map? Standard. 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 Oh. Oh. That's why. I just grabbed the wrong texture part. Okay. Okay. Now we got the right number maps. Alrighty. Let's do this. Still no. That's still wrong. What did I even do? School. Four, six, eight. Numbers. Okay. Look at the shader. Okay, outline map. Outline map is overlapped. Number map is UV. Okay, so our models have multiple UV coordinates. And so it looks like my number map is being applied to the wrong UV coordinates. It looks like it's being applied to the face-centric UV coordinates as opposed to the like number-centric ones. So if you see, we got some, if we look at our outline map here, it's the outline. And this gets applied to every face of the die, all the same. We call it UV overlapped. And for the numbers, we're supposed to be grabbing the numbers from different locations in this image. And so each one of these goes on a face instead of the whole, image itself going on the face. So that's what's confusing me. I don't know why the whole image is going on the face. I am very confused. Let's see what colors, number. It's not even applying the color to the numbers. Something is very amiss. And I do not know what. Okay, this one, your number map, old school. Okay, let's look at our shader. Okay. Face map. Oh, maybe something's going weird because we didn't input a face map, but it asks for a face map. So it looks like it's using that as a face map. Face map. See what this does. That didn't help. Okay, well, let's do this. We're going to take the shaders from old school. We're going to put them into anniversary. Override all. We're going to the fragment shader. We will do a diff. We'll port over the bump mapping code. So, okay. What do we want? There you go. Here's the bump map. So what we want is we're gonna do a double bump map. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna find the bump map code again. Okay. Here's the bump map code. So this is doing the hiddenness bump mapping. That's the hiddenness bump mapping. We wanted this one, the face-centric bump map. Here's the face-centric bump map. I'm gonna do this. Face-centric bump map. Okay, so for now, we'll comment this out. And we'll just do the face-centric bump map. We're gonna have a Fong shader, and it's hopefully gonna look good. Bump map, number map. and be good. Ah, okay. We did it. 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 Yay for us! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzahs are in order. Okay. So we're gonna need double bump map. So we're gonna call the one that doesn't change the bump map. Then we're gonna call the one that does change the number bump map. I'll give it a U. So for any of those, thank you, Overtara. I mean, listen, staring at code for hours is what I love. I would do this all day if I could until I fall asleep. And sometimes on the weekend when I have nothing to do, that is what I do. So number bump map we're going to use for the numbers. I prefix all of the uniforms that I uniquely define as U underscore. We're using a tool called 3.js to do all the 3D rendering. They have certain, well, they built their own shaders that we're building on top of and we're modifying. And there's some pre-processing that goes on inside of them. And so if you have the correctly defined like bump map parameters, it does a little bit of magic. So I prefixed all of my specific ones with U so it doesn't do any of the magic because I don't want it to magic mine. So for the number bump map, we're going to do, should probably have named these better, but that'll be for step 2. Bump, 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 8, 10, bump. Okay. And then in the shader, now we got to mishmash these together. So texture to, this is going to be U number bump. And I should go number map and have U number bump map. Okay, we're back over here. Number bump map is going to be on the normal UV. The normal UV is the one that we use for the for all the numbers, and we can't redefine that. So this is going to be U bump scale, U number bump scale. Okay. Hopefully this works. Scale. Okay. We're just going to have to try it and see what happens. Alrighty. Pow. Oh, I messed it up royally. You can't see this. How do I pop this back in? Okay. Errors in the code. Redefinition. Okay. Shader language is, how do you say? Super pedantic, but good warning nonetheless. So what do we want to do? We want to multiply. I'm going to multiply them together, get a combined bumpy map. Can't help but feel we need to clamp something. We'll figure that out later. Okay, 11. Let's go. Okay, shader, don't fail me now. Nice. But also not nice. Our everything, our cool outline went away. Okay. What did we do? What did we do? Okay. Bump scale times 2D texture. Float each one. Let's try this. Trial and error, trial and error. Nope. Wait. Let's figure this one out. Overlapped number map. Well, you know what? Let's just try this for the moment. Comment that out. And oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot some working music. Let's put that on. So I'm not so boring. Okay, so let's try this. No, 15. Okay. Okay, that looks bumped out now. Why wasn't looking bumped out before? I can't even tell. Okay. That works. Okay, I think we gotta do this. You combine them together, then we'll multiply all of these. And then we're gonna multiply these. Multiply these. Okay, look at all this. Okay. Let's see how that works. Oh, combining. New bump scale underscore identifier. Okay. Bump scale. Like that looks like seriously no bump whatsoever. Like how? Maybe we're not supposed to multiply them, add them together. Let's try adding them together. Because I'm thinking that, like, right, if we got 0 bump, another one was a bump, 0 times the bump. Oh, look at that. There we go. I did it. 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 Okay. But this bump scale's a little much. Number white. Dark. This looks cool. That could look cooler. Let's see, it's kind of good. I'm just gonna sit back and admire for a moment. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so what do I want to take the next step from here? The next step in here is that I want to make the inner faces. Oh wait, all these. Yeah. Oh nice. I don't even like. I should. Okay. So I didn't update the bump maps over here. The number bump maps. So the outline maps I am going to update now. So we're moving to it, and this doesn't work. Okay. So we'll do the same thing for all the other ones. We will open them. We will then fill in the black. Then we will Gaussian blur. Okay. Export right. And then we will go to open. Pull this in. Blur, Gaussian blur. Okay. Great. Open. 12. So you'll notice that we don't have a separate face for the D20, and that's because the D20 and the D4 both have equilateral triangular faces. Oh, I did not Gaussian blur this. Okay. Whoa, what did I do? What did I? No, stop. Cancel. Okay, Gaussian blur. Oh, I did a focus blur, that's why. Okay. Save. Alright, now let's try uploading this. This will look. Okay. Okay. That's kind of getting there. Okay, so taking this at face value, I think the edges of the numbers are a little too shallow. Like that shallowness worked for the stamp, but it's not working for this. So I didn't want to redo the numbers. And also, you know, I started with the shader that was used for from the deep, and that was a physical shader, and I'm using a Fong shader now, but I'm thinking that I want to switch to the physical shader because I want to make the edges metallic and maybe the numbers, but the faces I want to be not metallic. And in order to do that, I need to use a physical shader. Fong shading doesn't really do metal very well. The best we can get, shininess, but that doesn't, I mean, that just looks like shiny plastic. And, you know, first anniversary dice need to be robust metal. So let's go back to where we were, and we're going to make it metal. Okay, so this sun method we're going to copy. Let's do it this guy from the deep. We're going to do it. From the deep. Airfoils. Okay. Roughness and metalness. We don't want face. We do want. Do we want number outline? No, we don't want number outline. Dissolve or dissolve. We want a face map. I don't know if we want a face map. Okay. I'm gonna do all of this. Don't. Keep all that. Okay, that's just clear coat. Clear coat. And then my hiddenness. Okay. Fuse color. Okay, now this is the number map. Okay, that face map stuff was screwing up before. Custom metalness map. Do not want a custom metalness map. We do need the metalness, so we will need custom metalness later. Okay, let's go back to our fragment shader, our custom metalness. No. Okay, so this should be fine. Okay, let's try it. Should, you know, I said should be fine a bunch of times today. I missed a bunch of stuff here. Oh. Okay. All right. Now this should be it. Alright, I'll also need to uniforms. textures, uniforms. Still uniforms. Still in the uniforms. Yeah, so I'm still in the uniforms because Bong and physical shaders just have different rooms. Develop a few. Don't have face. We do have number color. Do not have number opacity and outline opacity. Do not have number outline. Do have bump scale. 1, -5. Okay. Okay, that looks fine. Okay. Please compile. Haha! Okay. So if we do this now, we can make it metally. Oh, look at that. Now it's metally. Okay. But in order to make this really, really work, we're gonna have to get complicated. Just playing around with the colors now for no reason. Orangey. Good. I'm trying to get a good yellow, but I can't seem to do it. Let's just get like a silver color. Okay. Alright, so right now I'm thinking about whether I want to stop here for now and come back for this next week, or move ahead with getting the doing the metalness mapping. Okay, so in order to do the metalness map, what we're gonna have to do is what I'm imagining, what I want is that I want the metalness to be on the outlines as well as the numbers, and have them to be the same color, and then the background is going to be non-metallic, or maybe it will be metallic but with a different level of roughness. Yeah, we're doing metalness all the way up. Roughness. No roughness. Maybe, yeah, so maybe the inner face will be non-metallic to stand out from the outer face. So in order to do that, we need a metalness map saying which parts are metally, which parts are not, excuse me, metally. And that metalness map will have to, like, we're gonna have to do the same thing we did for the bump map and have a multifaceted, because let's see, let's go to my room to show you like what all I'm needing. Okay, so if we go to the room, we roll some dice. It's important to have the double maps because we want to make sure that oh, I didn't even save the metalness. But that when we roll hidden, right, we can see the outline, but we can't see the number, and we unhide, the number kind of fades in. Yeah, so I'm thinking, is there anyone in chat who wants to, you know, jump in and help me decide? You know what? I'll start in on it, and we'll see how far I can make it before I don't know, burn out. Okay, so what we're gonna want, let's start with the outfit. Here we go. For the faces, we're gonna want a metalness map that is these, but without the blur. And we want, okay, we want to keep this. We want high metalness on the edges. So we're going to export as metalness map. Okay, export that. We're gonna export that. Export that. And then we're going to export that. Okay, those are metalness maps. And the numbers, thinking about the numbers. So we want the numbers to be, my number map. Oh, we want the numbers to be metally. I'm trying to think of, and we want the numbers to not be colored. So I think that what we want to do is we want to take our number map and invert it, invert the opacity. Do that. Okay. Alpha to selection. Then select invert, and then we're gonna click it. Boom. Okay. Uh-oh. screen just turned off on me. Now here we are. Okay, bucket, 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 bucket. Actually, did I get them all? Got them. Okay. Export. Overwrite. Okay, and then we do the same for the D10X numbers. We're going to do alpha select, delete, select, invert, fill in the colors. Zeros, fours. You know, thinking back, this probably would have been better and easier if I had just made a background layer that was white. Instead, because that would automatically fill all these little holes in, but you know what? No one's perfect, and it took me just as long to think of that as it did to actually do it. So here we go, file, overwrite, and let's just see. Let's just see what this does. Revision 21. That kind of is not what I wanted. Okay, now everything. Okay, well now that the numbers are the background color, but okay, now we need the face map. Now we need the face map. Now we need the face map. Face map. Let's think about this. Yeah. Now we need the face map. So that was a cool trick. We want now the numbers and the outlines to be separate. We're gonna use face map. Outline map. Copy. Paste. Okay, actually, you know what? I got like 7:30. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So thank you all for coming. Next time, I'll keep going with the this number color and add an outline map to make a colored outline on the outside. Add in the metalness map, and see how it goes. And then try to make my my first anniversary die, and to get which I've been avoiding, putting the 3D dice logo on the one. So thank you very much, everyone, and hope you enjoyed watching. Good night.